Okay, so look at the Division beta at 21:9. So with the start of the brief beta to a game that has been really highly anticipated for literally years now, I wanted to see how both Ubisoft was treating PC gamers and also if they were keeping their promise with what this game was supposed to be. One of these answers is yes, and one is kind of no. Anyway, first on the 21:9 support. It is natively implemented and it is undeniably very good. Yes, it has issues, but some features really make me smile and think Ubisoft maybe, just maybe, are turning a corner with PC gamers. So, once playing, the whole screen is used with no FOV stretch or other issues on the ultra-wide sides of the screen as you go about the world. Now the best part to us 21:9 users is the HUD, which is extensively customizable, allowing you to change exactly where each HUD element appears on the screen and furthermore its size. And I really cannot fault this. It is perfect, and it's exactly how every game should be designed. I really hope games like Assassin's Creed will bring this level of customizability to future releases, as it means no one will ever have issues about HUD placement again. Now, the one area where 21:9 is not supported is cutscenes. These are 16:9 with black bars, and they have some kind of faded effect on the sides, all creating cutscenes which I really just don't enjoy watching. Someone commented on one of my previous videos that all cutscenes really should be 21:9 and just made black barred on 16:9 screens, and yeah, that would be really good. Let's just hope they can someday do it, because seriously, I hate having those huge pillars on the sides of the screen. The map is very cool, being projected onto the ground and means that it uses the complete screen space, no 16:9 cutoff or limitations here. Now, I must warn those who first start up the game as well. I launched at a 21:9 resolution, and when I made it full screen, it stuttered violently all the way through the game until I was able to change the FPS from 100 to 94 point something, and this fixed the issue. The reason I bring this up is there is a mandatory cutscene to go through at the start of the game, and it meant I was watching the whole thing with a flashing black screen. It stops doing this if you don't full screen the game, so just make sure it's windowed and you should be fine until you can change your FPS. If you don't know, it's the left alt and enter to make the window full screen or not. The main menu is fully 21:9, however the HUD elements, with one exception of the watermark that says it's the beta and who is playing it, is stuck at 16:9, but the world behind with the blowing snow and characters standing on a small lighted area, this fills the entire screen nicely. The in-game menus are sort of built into the game world, just to the side of your character, as you can see in the background, so they aren't an issue for ultra-wide support. Lastly, loading screens are 16:9 for the most part, though some elements of them do shift into the ultra-wide space. It's a mixed bag, really. However, the main loading element is the orange circle counter in the dead center, with most of the rest of the screen being black. So again, at 21:9, it really isn't unsupported for the most part. Now, onto performance. First of all, unlike the fantastic Tomb Raider, it has to be restarted when changing graphics options, which is fecking annoying. Seriously, something that needs to be rectified in all games. If Tomb Raider has proven it can be done, then no one else has an excuse. They're just bad PC ports. It makes life really difficult when trying to get the perfect setup. Anyway, I tried the game out at 1440 first, and then switched to 1080p. At 1440, I struggled with finding a steady above 60 FPS level, and in the end was forced to go with medium settings with some settings turned off, which is not great seeing as the game is already a bit of a letdown from what we were told it would originally look like. But it's not a badly optimized game, it's just extremely demanding at 1440, because at 1080p I was able to shove everything up to very high with no anti-aliasing, and get a steady 60 FPS gameplay. It should be noted that the game does wildly fluctuate in FPS depending on where you're looking at, up to like 25-30 FPS differences depending if you're looking at the city or not. So when setting your graphics options, make sure you face the city, not the waterfront. Overall, after playing the game for a few hours now, about the same time I spent with Tomb Raider last night, I can only say I'm disappointed. It's not a bad game, there is lots I really do like, but nothing about the game screams, wow, this is really cool. Nothing sold me on the idea that I would be waiting anxiously for the full release and want to plow hours of time into it. Now, it's unfair to compare it to the Rise of the Tomb Raider, as one is a full version of a game and one is a beta. But the beta really needs improvement if the final product is going to be fantastic. The first few hours of this game should pull you into the world and make you want to finish it. Tomb Raider did this, the Division beta did not. The missions and story that I played through in the Division were simply extremely typical. Just go here, kill them, save the people, and come back. No difference in gameplay, like cool ways to fight or generally interact with the world or that mission. No cool way to complete it. Nothing that screamed original to me. Which is the next point, the world felt boring. As I'm running about, I'm not meeting anything much of interest. New York is a lovely place, but it's not a place that has epic, intricate buildings or stunning scenery. It's basically a bit of a dull setting, and with the lack of diversity in what you do as you go about, sadly felt like a lost opportunity. Now, don't take my word on New York being a boring city as being real life. I've been there and it's awesome, but for a game like this, the fact that you're locked into the streets the entire time, basically, in a city where skyscrapers exist, feels ridiculous. This really needs to be like AC Unity and its ability to go into 1 in 3 buildings. However, I will turn full circle and say it can be a great final game. A lot of what the game has to offer is hidden behind the beta locked walls, so there could be a lot of diversity to add into the game. For example, perks were not part of the beta. They hopefully can change the way as the world is filled with NPCs as well, like people to fight and events to complete. And I won't come to a decision on what I think of the game until its final release, as that's just stupid, as playing a beta is not an example of the full game. Anyway, let me know what you think of it. How's your time been with it? And I hope that gives you some information on how the game is running at 21:9 as well. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any of the games at 21:9, head over to my channel. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. See you later.
Ready to blast them.
Active echo beacon detected.
Here! Make it last, okay?
Hostiles incoming. Warning. Additional hostiles incoming.